What's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am back with another video. You know what you got to do: rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream goes down. Follow your boy on Twitter. I don't tweet as much, but when I do tweet, it's thoughtful, very informational. And also, you can check me out on my other social media applications as well if you follow me on Twitter. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's topic. All right, Hassan Campbell. Incident happened between Hassan Campbell and one of his moderators, and I believe his name was Derrick Williams. Now, for those out there been living under a rock, allow me better to explain. If you're new to Hassan Campbell, like myself, and you don't really have to, if you don't want to do a Google search on this man, basically, he accused African Bambaataa. African Bambaataa is in the hip hop culture, particularly in the breaking era, the breaking genre with the baggy pants and graffiti dancing and the crazy beats. He was also in a group called the Soul Sonic Force, and a huge culture in the hip hop era in the late 70s and early 80s. Basically, Hassan Campbell is accusing him of molesting him as a child. Okay, now a lot of people are doubting this because they say that Hassan Campbell, took pictures of him took pictures with African Bambaataa when he was much older. A lot of people say there are a lot of holes in that theory, in his story. But I'm just throwing it out there just in case you don't know who Hassan Campbell is. And if you check out his YouTube channel, basically he talks about that as well as other things going on social media. He's more, a lot of people say that he's an advocate for people that are sexual predators to younger boys, particularly child molestation, because of his story with African Bambaataa. He also do conspiracy theories type of things of that nature. So, and he's very paranoid, particularly about YouTube. Particularly, he feels like YouTube is trying to shut him down. But I will say this: YouTube, they love you when you're brand new, but when you're much older, when you're much seasoned in the game, YouTube tries to figure out ways to demonetize a lot of your videos, making it almost nearly impossible to make any type of revenue on YouTube. Okay, and I'm not gonna go into YouTube and its system and its policies and things of that nature. I've made several videos about that. But Hassan Campbell. So if you don't know, now you know about him. So there's a video, and it was a live video. Hassan Campbell is the one who put this video out on his primary channel of his interactions with Derrick Williams. Now, when I heard the name Derrick Williams, I was saying to myself, isn't he a basketball player, Derrick Williams? So, wrong Derrick Williams, by the way, okay? The Derrick Williams I was thinking of, dark-skinned dude, I think he's about like 6'7", 6'8", something like that. And when I did a Google search on him, this man is about 5'5", probably less than that. A little chubby little guy. And he's one of the top moderators for Hassan Campbell. He also support Hassan Campbell financially, supporting him with the cause, things of that nature. He's really a big fan of Hassan Campbell, okay? And Hassan Campbell, he wanted to see Hassan Campbell in his city, so they spent a whole day in Hassan Campbell's city. Hassan Campbell, showed him around, and everything was okay until later on that night. That's when Hassan Campbell got on his live and was recording the incident of them outside. I guess it was coming from a nightclub, coming somewhere, maybe from the restaurant, from a bar, whatever. And words were exchanged. And obviously, Derrick Williams was drunk. He was drunker than a skunk. Okay, you know, and Hassan Campbell was questioning him about him touching him and things of that nature. And I felt like Hassan Campbell was a little intoxicated, but not severely like Derrick Williams. I feel like Hassan Campbell can hold his liquor. He gets a little intoxicated, but he understands his surroundings. And I've been around a lot of guys like that who can drink and whatever they're drinking, it don't consume them to the point of they're saying stupid things or doing stupid things. Okay, clearly, I guess the anger got the best out of Hassan Campbell, and Hassan Campbell blurted out a lot of things on his own live, basically talking about he showed him his city, he welcomed him to his city, he left his wife and kids just to hang out with him, and that was a head scratcher right there. And a lot of people are suggesting that Hassan Campbell and Derrick Williams, are more than just friends. Let's just put it that way. A lot of people are suggesting that Hassan Campbell and Derrick Williams are booty brothers, okay? Five brothers, okay? So, first of all, before I get into this, I want to state this for the record. I may critique a lot of people on social media, and I might critique what they say, what they do. But the one thing I don't critique is your gender. I don't critique your religious background, your economical background, your educational background. I feel like those things are off limits. I don't criticize people's families and or their relationships. Okay, so before I get into this, I want to throw this disclaimer out there before I begin. Now, the second thing is, a lot of people are, particularly on social media, thinks that Hassan Campbell it likes men. Okay, I'm trying to be professional as I can. All right, and they feel like him and Derrick Williams, it was like a lover's crawl. Okay, where maybe Derrick Williams didn't understand Hassan Campbell's pursuit of him. I don't know, okay, and vice versa. Maybe Derrick Williams tried to get at Hassan Campbell, and Hassan Campbell, wasn't, going out like that, okay? So, here's a lot of things when I watched the initial video of Hassan Campbell. Right now, Hassan Campbell's upset because of the video. But in actuality, Hassan Campbell should be looking in the mirror at himself, because he was the one who pressed record and recorded this incident. This incident, the footage of this incident would have never transpired if he did not hit the record button. No one would know of this, okay? Unless Hassan Campbell start blurting it out about his time with Derrick Williams. Derrick Williams made a video pretty much apologizing to his fans and to Hassan Campbell about the incident. He was embarrassed by the incident, okay? And, I felt like Hassan Campbell, when he was explaining the incident on many videos on his own platform, I felt like he wasn't really allowing people to understand what transpired between them, what he assumed, what he believed Derrick Williams' intentions was, and he really wasn't very truthful and very honest. Okay, that's just my opinion on the thing. At the end of the day, I don't know nothing about Hassan Campbell. I don't know nothing about Derrick Williams. Okay, I feel like they're just two guys on YouTube making videos. Okay, for whatever. Everyone has their own agenda when they do YouTube. Okay. Obviously, a lot of people that are against Hassan Campbell is using this as ammunition. All right. So here's a lot of things I noticed in the initial video of Hassan Campbell. Okay. I felt like when he recorded that live, I don't think a lot of people were, and I feel like a lot of people on YouTube are not really discussing nor talking about this, or maybe wasn't paying attention. But when they were arguing, I felt when they were arguing, I don't know if people noticed this or not, but they had a lot of people around them. A lot of people were walking on the sidewalk. I think in the background there was some people playing basketball or something. There was on a court or something. And no one intervened. And I didn't expect anyone to intervene, but I at least expect someone to figure out what the hell was going on. Now, the people in the background looked like they was on a court, and it was real dark, but I felt like it was a basketball court. And those people, those two guys, they were like, they stopped for a second to see what is going on, because Hassan Campbell was very loud. And he was very physical towards Derrick Williams, and Derrick Williams was drunk. Okay, he couldn't really defend himself. Even Derrick Williams sober really couldn't offend himself with damn, I forgot his name, Hassan Campbell. Okay, so I noticed when they were arguing, nobody really didn't give didn't give really two cares about it. But then at the same time, it was, in the hood, really nobody, somebody's arguing, nobody don't really be checking that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? They might stop for a second and figure out what is going on. But then at the end of the day, nobody, I thought people would at least interact from that standpoint. Okay. The second thing I noticed was I felt like Hassan Campbell, he wasn't really that mad. I thought he was acting in front of the camera. To me, that was, from what I gathered from this situation, I felt like he was doing a lot of acting. I felt like he wasn't really that seriously mad. Okay. And and another thing is, okay, if he if he insulted you or assaulted you, I feel like he insulted Hassan Campbell more than assaulted him. But I felt like, if you're upset at somebody, why would you want to make sure that they make it home? Okay, even though he was drunk, even though you're mad, I felt like the least logical thing you would have done was maybe call a cab for him, Uber, get him an Uber ride home. And he lived in Philadelphia, at least get him an Uber ride to the train or to the airport bus, whatever. I don't know how he got there. And or take him to or an Uber ride, maybe the driver can take him to a motel, or something like that. Okay. And he was holding his hand holding his arm like a child, like a child that didn't know where the F they was going. And then I felt like when he was doing that, I felt like Hassan Campbell wasn't really that mad. He really considered him. Even when he was upset, he had concerns for him. Okay, so I didn't, and I've seen guys get upset at other guys, but I didn't, I never seen a guy get upset and still have enough composure to, be that upset and try to make sure he's safe and he's walking, he's holding his arm, trying to, take him to his car, take him to his, to Hassan Campbell's car. I don't know what was going on, but I felt like they were like, Hassan Campbell was playing it up to the camera. I don't think he was that upset with Derrick Williams, right? And this is starting to gain traction on YouTube because everybody is making videos about this. And it's one thing if you want to talk about the incident and if you want to talk about things that have already been done, like Hassan Campbell's history and all that stuff, but it's another thing entirely to assume that Hassan, I don't know for a fact if he likes men or if he doesn't like men, if he do like men or if he doesn't like men. And I feel like also it's really none of my business what's his preference. In my opinion, I don't think it's anybody's business. You free to date whoever you want to date. If you want to date, as long as they're legal age and they're not an animal, like a pet or something. You can date whoever you want to date. If you want to date other men, you can date another man. If you want to date women, you can date other women. Okay. If you want to date, both you want to have like an open type relationship, as long as your other partner knows what you're doing and they're okay with it, and it's okay with me. I really, I'm really not that big on outing people their preference, okay? Because it's their preference, and that's why I don't touch subject matter like this. Like the dude from New York Undercover, a lot of people are questioning whether or not he likes, he likes transsexuals and things of that nature. He denied it. He thinks they look they are attractive, but he's not attracted to them. I don't, Monique, Yoda, Moba, whatever his name is. I don't know, man, but you can't really, to me, I feel like that type of stuff is off limits, okay? But I felt like I wanted to put my 2 cents in. I felt like at the end of the day, to do a real quick recap before I end this video, I felt like Hassan Campbell was really playing it up to the camera. I felt like this was kind of orchestrated, not at the beginning of the day, but when he saw him drunk, Hassan Campbell was thinking in his back of his mind, yo, what would be dope if I do a live stream and have some content on my main channel and make this into some big whoop whoop type of thing. And if you check out a lot of Hassan Campbell's content on his main channel, it's he's placating to the crowd, this me against the world type of persona. No one has his back. You can't trust no one. He's a wolf, he's a lion. That's his metaphors. And there's like a couple of there's some videos on his channel that illustrates that, where he's placating to the video to make the video have substance, to make it interesting for people, for views. And a lot of people searching for views. That's the new clout in YouTube. Everyone is searching for views, and they're willing to do anything for those views, okay? Me personally, there was like a couple of videos back when he was talking about what YouTube is doing to him, and he feel like it's a conspiracy theory. YouTube is out to get him, or the alphabet groups are out to get him. As far as YouTube goes, the reason why a lot of your videos are not monetized, where you can make money or revenue, where you have ads playing in them, a lot of your content is really adult, mature type content, where you be playing songs in your live stream that has a lot of profanity in it. Sometimes you throw out a couple of profanity type language sometimes, and I feel like that type of language keeps your videos from making its rounds through YouTube. I feel like if you eliminate that stuff, and I feel like to me, I feel like his channel is growing, and he's a big cog in YouTube. But how big? I'm not saying he's PewDiePie big, but I feel like he has a huge cult following that keeps his channel, relevant on YouTube. Okay, that's just my opinion on that. But he has some crazy, wild theories that I don't want to talk about or go into to make this video any longer. But I felt like that incident, it was really about nothing. It was really about placating to the camera, okay? Trying to add more content on his channel. And it sort of backfired on him. He was expecting, and that's why when you, and I tell the people this, when you think short term and you don't add other elements to your plan, sometimes sometimes your plans backfire on you. That's why, I felt like if he would have had time to really think about this, and think about, well, if I have an opportunity where I can put content on my main channel that can be deemed controversial, I can do X, Y, and Z. Here's the pros on this, and here's the cons about this, okay? And I felt like, he was thinking short term that he was going to get clicks, he was going to get views, he was going to get noticed, and it sort of backfired on him. And he done deleted the video, the live stream, obviously, but the damage is already done. People have already copied the video. It's on numerous YouTube channels, okay? So it's one of those things where when you think short term, when you have an idea and you only think short term about it, you don't think of the grand scope of things, how this can also affect you, how it can hurt you, okay, with your integrity, with your credibility, okay? And it's just one of those things. I feel like Star is reporting this. I felt like if Star knows about this, this is a big time issue, and this is going to start making its ways. If the Breakfast Club, like this week, if they have a slow week where nothing interesting came out this week, I'm pretty sure they're going to cover this topic just to have something to talk about on the Breakfast Club. So he might have escaped from larger media outlets covering this, okay? And I feel like if it makes its way to the Breakfast Club, it's only a moment of time until it starts making its way to the other bigger, I feel like it's already all over YouTube, but I don't think it's all over social media. I don't think people on Instagram talking about it, or on Facebook talking about it, or on CNN or whatever. I don't think anybody else is talking about it. But it just goes to show you, man, I felt like that whole incident was really about nothing. And, that's just my opinion. Well, that's all I got for today. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don 1. I'm out.